On this week's edition of Why, we have something queer for you. We have a Hunter Liberty. Yes. Now what the hell is a Hunter Liberty? In my understanding, this stupid thing was sold at Home Depot. Okay. It has a bell canopy, a Comfort Breeze bell canopy. What looks like an American Industry style bottom plate. Cool. And a switch housing very uncharacteristic of Hunter. Oh, and it has a stack motor. Yeah. Something going weird here. So as you see here, here's the weird switch housing. Very, very out of character for Hunter. This thing dates to 1988, which is particularly baffling. Here is what the bottom plate looks like, or what am I saying, top plate. Has holes around the top, similar to something Panasonic or CEC would have. Again, really weird. This is a Hunter badge, sticker thing. It uses the same R&M motor found in the early 80s Comfort Breezes, like from 83 or 84. Really, really weird. Okay, so it has what looks like original irons, but they have a 12-degree blade pitch. But yeah, this thing's made in 1988. General knowledge states that Hunter stopped using stack motors after 1984, because those were an R&M thing. Let's put it on low to see what it does. Okay, so this one's from 1988. So how does this exist? Why does this exist? You know, nothing about this really makes any sense. It has wingtip blades made of plywood, because of course it does. I'm thinking maybe the capacitor is drifting. Maybe. Then again, maybe not. Has a nice aesthetic low. The flywheel on it, I don't know if it's original or not, but it's a contrast flywheel. It's the 4 or 5 blade contrast flywheel they used on cheap Kmarts and such. And I believe also Forever Fans. Yeah, Forever Fans and Kmarts. It could be original. They could have just sourced it from somewhere, because this whole thing's just it's an enigma. Because there's no real reason why this exists, or no real answer as to why it exists. It just does, and this thing's also rare. You don't see many of these. Now, what's good about the contrast flywheel is it doesn't suck. The rubber is very nice and floppy. Not like Fan King floppy, but like early Silent Flex Casablanca floppy. You know, where it's a nice soft rubber which doesn't crack as easily, doesn't break down as easily. It's good a medium. So this thing is in a way derived from the Comfort Breeze. When the Comfort Breeze was introduced, it was seen as... Yeah, it was basically seen as an economy level fan, below the Hunter Original. The Hunter Original was the standard at the time. The Comfort Breeze, economy level. It was built chintzier. It wasn't cast iron by comparison. I mean, it's built okay now, but like by today's standards. But at the time, it was chintzy. You know, it was slower, lower RPM. It wasn't as powerful. Didn't move as much air. And showroom owners hated these things, at least the ones that carried Hunter. So I know one who used to have a showroom in North Jersey. Right? He sold he and his father sold originals. You know, Hunters. But when the Comfort Breeze came out, he was like, oh, these things sucked. Because he was used to the cast iron quality of an original. By today's standards, these things are okay. You know, build qualities, I don't know, stamped steel, whatever, but okay in terms of performance. There's a slight wobble to it, but it's not too bad. You know, so eventually the Comfort Breeze was also, you know, made into the designer's choice in 1984, which quickly became spinnerized in 85. It didn't last too much longer from there, maybe till 87 or 88. So, but this thing, I don't know why it exists. I don't know how it exists. Like, the OEM isn't CEI, which is what all other import Hunters were made by. I think including the Comfort Breeze. You know, these stack ones. So, I don't know. Let's turn it to high. Has a bit of a hum on high. Again, 12-degree blade pitch. It performs like an average 52-inch Hunter. Now, there was an older stack motor that I used in the earlier 80s Comfort Breezes. That one, those blades still have a 15-degree pitch. It's a little more powerful, just not the highest RPM compared to an original. Alright, so this thing, yeah, they made a slightly smaller motor for a 12-degree pitch, just for average meh performance. Now, not all companies with stack motors, or that use stack motors, used big ones. Some of them had really performance. Design House is one of them. Sierra, yep. Small Sierras don't have a lot of power. 42-inch Sierra, or yeah, 42-inch Design Houses, 42-inch Sierras, and what have you, not a lot of power. Small motor. 52-inch, again, it's simply okay. Like, yes, it's a stack motor, it's a rubber flywheel, yes, that's good, but the performance is still a little lackluster. Just average. Still, this thing is pretty cool. Very odd fan. I think these are made in all white and bright brass, and antique brass. I think lower speeds are capacitor based. I think. Because there's no hum after high. Because I know the old ones were actually, you know, coil taps. Except for the 36-inch Comfort Breeze, which has a capacitor for the low speed. Which I find kind of weird. Because I think those are always 2-speed. bearings are good. Equally worn. Nice and smooth and broken in. Stickers on the wrong side of the blade. Cool. But who actually made this thing? Was it just like an amalgam of parts? You know, like maybe a Panasonic top plate and Panasonic top plate and sideband, and maybe who knows what for the bottom plate. And the switch housing, I have no idea. Because it has the regular holes for the switch cap itself, then it has the small holes for those light kits that didn't have a center nipple. So, all I know is we have deep hitched original irons on it and a Comfort Breeze canopy because reasons. It's like this was parts bin crap, and they're like, we'll just buy that and make a turd out of it. Cool. But, yeah, these did not last. And there you have it. A Hunter Liberty.